Right guys, I thought I'd just show you the fish in the pond with the filter turned off, because I've just in the process of cleaning it really. So I thought I'd give you an idea what it looks like with the water turned off, so you can see in the pond better. So we ain't got that much reflections, so you can actually see what's going on. It's just taking a little while for the air to get through. So now you can see the amount of disturbance we're getting from the aerator. It's not super powerful, it's just a gentle flow. As you can see, the disturbance on the top isn't that dramatic, but we're getting a bit of a flow. I just wanted to get an idea really of the amount of air that's going through the aerator in the recto bottom drain and how it's looking. Hey guys, okay, so we've got a few more things to do today, and guess what's just arrived? Those plant baskets I wanted. As you can see, they're reasonably big, but not too big, and they should fit fine on the pond. So we're going to put our water lilies in these, so let's get on with that. Right, I've just prepared an area so we can start potting up the lily plant. So I've got a bucket there guys. The bucket is important because once we've finished the plant and got it potted up, I want to make sure that any floating debris is contained to that bucket and not put in the pond. So that's the first important thing I need to get. So we've got some plant soil, we've got some washed gravel that'll go on the top. Make sure you wash your gravel. We've got a basket there, and I've got some plant food tablets there that I'll put one of those in the bottom. We've obviously got a lily plant there and some, I think it's called hessian material that I'll put on the inside that'll contain the soil. Obviously the basket is designed to contain the soil anyway. That just adds an extra layer of protection to stop it coming out of the sides. So essentially we're ready to go here and get this installed. Right, so we want a basket, and we need to make sure our hessian material goes in there to contain the soil. So we just need to trim this. Just trim it a little bit, just to make sure our lily plant will go in. Need to cut around and just make sure it goes in there comfortably and our soil will go in. But before I do that, something I forgot to mention, I've got that amalgamating rubber tape here. These are quite cheap, they're only about £4 off eBay. I mentioned this to just a Koi, and he got some of this. So what I've decided to do, because sometimes these baskets can have a bit of a sharp edge on and it's going dead close to the actual liner, I'm going to put a bit of rubber around just to give it a bit of a protection, so it doesn't for any reason damage the liner. So essentially what I'm going to do is just wrap it around here like so. Just wrap it around the edge just so we don't have any issues with it scratching against the liner. So just put some of this around just to give it a bit of protection. Okay, so there we go. and then just pull it and it should come off. And there you go. So I've just put some of that around the edges just to give it a bit of protection. So let's just get the hessian material that I cut, pop that in there, and that's in there properly. So we've got our soil. Now it's really important, guys, that you get aquatic soil that can be used for potting, but it's also important you don't get compost, because quite often people get confused and buy the compost when it's the soil you want. So make sure you get soil, not compost, because the compost has a habit of floating to the top, unfortunately. So I've got one of these plant food tablets. I put them in the filter box, but I thought I'd put one in the bottom just for the lily, so it's got some food. So we'll get that in there. We've got our lily here. Let's just see whereabouts it sits. It needs to come up a little bit more. It's just about right there. So then we put more of the soil in. Just make sure the hessian is covering. Make sure you get all the soil in there that we need to. You don't want it to be too high though. Right, we've got the lily plant in there now with the soil. Just need to top it up with a bit more soil. And then once we've got that in, we want to be putting our gravel on. Now I've already pre-washed this. It's very important you pre-wash gravel because it is mucky when you get it. And then we just put that on the top. So you don't want to be putting too much soil in. And then the reason for the gravel is to contain anything that does float. So I'll just get some more gravel. So the gravel I'm using is amber pearl decorative stone, 20mm, but it will be mucky. As you can see there, it's mucky. So I need to wash it in the water. Wash it in the water and then put it back on. Put as much on as we can. Okay, we washed the stone, just putting it on. Wash more stone. If you think the hessian is sticking out and you don't like it, just push it down. Again, more gravel. So when you think you've got enough gravel in there, we're going to put it in the bucket of water we've got, just to make sure that all the debris comes out, and when we put it in the pond there should be nothing on there. So we've planted our lily and let's just put it in there. Obviously look at all that crap there is coming out. So what we're trying to do is clean the lily of all contamination. You know, get rid of it, put some fresh water in, and then that should be okay to go in the pond, and then we'll get the rest done. So it has been put together. I've got a space precisely there, that's where I want to put it. So all I need to do is move this stone. Oh, it's bloody cold, I tell you that much. I put a bit of underlay underneath the rock just so it doesn't scratch anything. So here is the water lily, it's going to go in. Just put it in slowly. Now you will get some crap coming off it, it's unavoidable, but the stone is to try and keep it in place. Do it slowly, very slowly, put it in place where you want it to be seated. It's against that pipe, it's nicely in position, and then I just need to move this rock over so it presses against that a basket. Right, it's in place, not going to move. That's what I want to do. Is it in place? Will it move? I want it to move. So, right, it's in place, not going to move. That's fine as it is. So that is my second basket. Let's get on with the rest. But hopefully that shows you how to put a lily plant together. Obviously, as I've said in my previous videos, it is far cheaper to go to a garden centre and get it already made up. You may want to change the stone that's on there, because sometimes it's really small, the grade of stone they put on the lily plants. Getting some thicker stuff will make it harder for the koi fish to dig in there. So essentially that's the second lily in. Let's get on with the rest, but I just wanted to show you how to put it together. So guys, I've just sorted out the lily plants, arranged them, made them look half nice and decent. So I thought I'd show you what's going on in the pond. So obviously we've got the original lily that I put in there. I've put a new one in central position there and one in the corner. Moving along the stones, slotted one in between those two stones there, and then there's one a bit further down just next to that return, and that's it really. I just thought I'd show you more or less the finished product. I believe we're finished with the pond. So what I've done today is I've done a bit of a clean out with the filter. I've put some feeding tablets in all the plants just to make sure they've got some nice nutrients to keep them going, just while they're starting to develop. So that's more or less how it's looking at the moment. So if I'm not showing you the lights already, in daylight, so we've got one there, another one halfway along, and one near the bottom, and that's aimed directly at the plants. So that light there is more or less aimed at the waterfall that we've got there, and this one over here is aimed towards the skimmer. So I've turned the waterfall and the skimmer off for the time being while we're doing the plants, and the fish seem happy enough swimming around, enjoying a nice area. They seem to hang around a lot in that corner there. Obviously that area there is pretty well protected, because if I can struggle to get down there, no herring is going to get down in that area there. So that's pretty much a good safe area for them to hide from predators. So I thought I'd just show you around the pond one final time, just to show you how it's looking. But I'll show you the lily plants from the side of the garage. It's one, there's another one there, the other lily plants put in. So essentially that's more or less how it's looking. Fish seem to like hanging around underneath the pipe that's connected to the bottom drain there. and they're enjoying themselves. So there you go. So now it's the tidy up of the garden and sort out the other pond, get some new lights put in the small pond, as I've had to use the ones, these all pond solution ones. They're really cheap and good value. They're only £30 and you can put them underwater, you can put them above water. They come with filters on top, they give you pure white light. I've recently released a video telling you about the Chinese ones that are completely pure white. It's like a combination of different colours to create white light, which isn't pure light, pure white light. So, you know, just remember, if you're looking for pond lights, go for ones that are manufactured by a well-known brand. Yes, they'll be more expensive, but they certainly will be a lot better value. So, thank you for watching. I do appreciate those of you that have been commenting on my videos, giving me ideas, suggestions. It's much appreciated. And yeah, so we're more or less there. I think we got there in the end. I'm still going to do a video on price, because I'll tell you something, I totally underestimated how much this would cost to build, by a factor of 5 probably. But I'll do a video on how much I've spent at some point, just to give you an idea on what something like this could cost. In hindsight, would I have done it differently? I probably would have bought one of those pre-built ponds that you can buy and just installed that. It probably would have been far cheaper to do that. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a nice day. Have a nice weekend as well. And I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye.